Tonight, we kick off the 50th edition of the world's largest music festival. This year's Summerfest features headliners Red Hot Chili Peppers, Luke Bryan, Paul Simon, Zach Brown Band, Pink, The Chainsmokers, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Dierks Bentley, Future, Big Sean and Migos, and the Outlaw Music Festival. Summerfest brings together music's hottest stars, emerging talent, and local favorites with 900,000 people from around the world for an unforgettable live music experience. The spotlight is about to shine on 800 bands, 11 stages, great food and drinks, along Milwaukee's beautiful lakefront. Live from the shores of Lake Michigan in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Travel Wisconsin along with American Family Insurance and Miller Coors presents opening night of Summerfest 50.
Woo, guys! Hey, 25 minutes! All right! Hi, everyone! Welcome! Hello, Facebook fans! All of us at Travel Wisconsin are thrilled to have you from around the world join us in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, live on Facebook to celebrate 50 years of Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. I'm Stephanie Klett, Secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Tourism, also known as Travel Wisconsin. And I am standing on the Henry Myers Summerfest grounds in front of beautiful Lake Michigan. And we have to give a very special thank you to Milwaukee's own Harley-Davidson for letting us set up next to their Harley-Davidson Roadhouse stage, which you can see just behind me. Now, this place is cool. We wanted to come to you live last night for the big opening, but Mother Nature had other plans. So we're really excited to be with you tonight to kick things off, complete with Summerfest Big Bang fireworks. Yes, you know it, guys, you know it. They're rowdy back there, they're rowdy. You know, in Wisconsin, Summerfest is as iconic as cheese, beer, and the Green Bay Packers. It's the world's largest music festival and one of the longest running in the world. People from around the planet come to listen to 11 days of the hottest stars in music, enjoy great food and drinks, and have fun with friends. In honor of the last 50 years, we've got some great Summerfest stories lined up for you, and we'll have a performance by local band Eagle Trace. Now, last night we had a chance to talk with country music star Frankie Ballard. His album, Sunshine and Whiskey, had 3 hit singles that went to #1. Check it out. It is so awesome to meet you.
Hey, the pleasure's mine.
And now, this is not your first time to Summerfest, is it?
No, we were here with Luke Bryan opening up for him last year on the big stage, which was really exciting.
And now you're a headliner. You're the man.
Yeah, I wish I was on the big stage, but we are on a big stage. But it's really cool to be playing last. Whenever you get to play last, that means something to you. So we're happy to do it.
That is the truth. So what would you say your favorite part about Summerfest, which is the world's largest music festival? Yeah. What's your favorite part about playing here?
I like looking out and seeing the fans. People get into the summer months and these festivals that mean so much to them, and they look forward to them all year round. And they're just more excited for the event, it seems, than any other fans. So I think the Summerfest fans are second to none.
Having been to Milwaukee a few times, you know, it's a city on the move and a city fast evolving. What are your thoughts about this city along Lake Michigan?
Well, we got to go around today to the Harley Museum, which was really cool.
Love the sweater.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I love this sweater.
Local business, as if they need any more advertising.
It's a pretty awesome company.
Yeah, but we were able to drive around a bit downtown, and it looked like there was a lot of young people around, lots of new condos and restaurants, and just an energy. You know, it just seems like it's buzzing.
Well, we are just so thrilled to have you in Wisconsin, to have you at Summerfest. Thank you so much for your time.
Sure.
And I know you have to get going. I mean, there are thousands of people out there ready to hear this man sing.
Soaking wet.
And they're wet, and this man can sing. It's worth the wait.
Thank you.
And then some.
I'm going to try to live up to everything you just said.
The crowd is going crazy here at Summerfest. And last night, the crowd here loved Frankie's show. What a talented guy. Well, hang on. Wait, hi, Governor.
They're pumped up.
And speaking of talented guys, it's always my pleasure to welcome another Summerfest fan and Harley rider. And he is the governor of the great state of Wisconsin, Scott Walker. Welcome, Governor.
Great to be here. What a crowd, huh? You guys are pumped up.
Hi, everybody.
They're psyched.
All right, so, you know, Wawachosa, Milwaukee, that's your area.
Yeah.
How many Summerfests have you been to?
Well, I've been to just about every one since the mid-1980s, and I thought about this last night. You know, we had a little bit of rain here last night. I remember 1986, I came to watch In Excess, and it got rained out. I was in the area right here. None of this great stuff like we've seen right now was there. And we were on a park bench waiting to watch in the rain, and the rain got high enough it almost covered the first layer of where we were standing.
Oh my goodness, because last night those storms were crazy.
But it's great right now. It's a perfect time. The rest of this week and into the next week's going to be perfect time to be at Summerfest.
So I know you've seen a lot of bands. Do you have a favorite?
Well, I'm going to come back. Well, we're going to come back on Sunday night and watch Steve Miller Band. Tonette and I love that. And then next Friday, we're going to be back watching Huey Lewis and the News. In the 80s, we loved to come and watch them. In fact, they got into the Hall of Fame here. We've seen them a couple times since then, and we're going to watch them again next Friday. They're always excellent.
Well, you know, for all our Facebook friends and fans who have never been to Summerfest, what would you say to them to get them to check this out?
Well, it's the world's largest music festival, so you got to check it out. There's something for everybody. Certainly people like me. I'm approaching my 50s. I'm almost the same age as Summerfest right now, so I love the classic rock at the BM O'Hara stage. We've seen in the past everything from, I mentioned Huey Lewis and the News, Hall & Oates, the Commodores last year, but you've got country acts, you've got young acts, you've got stuff my kids who are in their 20s love. There's something for everybody. 800 bands, 11 stages, or yeah, you've got 11 days, I should say, all these different stages out there. You got to come and check it out, Summerfest, and visit travelwisconsin.com to find out more details, not only about Summerfest, but all the other amazing things in this state.
Absolutely. Now, how do you describe the vibe at Summerfest? It's hard to describe.
Well, and the great thing is you pick up a vibe that you carry from one spot to the next. We're out in the lakefront, beautiful breeze coming off. You get a little bit more inside, a little further west. It's a little warmer. You got I love the Roadhouse behind me, Harley Davidson.
It's awesome.
You're going to see another great act tonight. Every night. I tell people all the time, you know, you might go to a state fair or a county fair and see an impressive act. They're like that every night on every stage, all throughout the grounds here.
Yeah, the talent level here is crazy. Now, next up, we have a story about a group of that have been coming to Summerfest every year since 1968. People recognize them by the shirts they wear. They're a Summerfest institution with some very unique traditions, like never using their real names while they're here. So now they're passing down their Summerfest traditions to the next generation. Here's their story.
It's hard to believe, but Cigar Man and I have been here 43 years in a row, every day that is, of Summerfest.
Sometimes I would be late, but I would always find you guys because we had Hawaiian shirts on.
The purpose of the Hawaiian shirt, you can always find a friend. Mine are handmade. My wife makes mine. I get a new one from her every year.
This stage, when it was the Paps, was for the most part Beach Boys cover bands, Jen and Dean. This is the 70s we're talking, you know. And that was the Hawaiian shirt thing. And then it got to be tradition. And the ladies who would run the beer tents would call us the Shirts.
Roy Orbison. Who doesn't love Roy Orbison?
Marshall Tucker.
The great Kin Band.
Tina Turner. The gazillion people in the audience here. We used to know all the bands, not so much anymore.
There would be huge squirt gun fights.
25 years we brought squirt guns.
Yeah. Front page of the Wisconsin State Journal, large picture of me with a squirt gun squirting the photographer.
We're training the youngsters, you know.
Nieces and nephews. And
3-4 generations. I don't know if we should tell everybody this. We'll really have a crowd now. It's the South Harley beer tent. Our true festers, our true friends there, they're all there at 6:30.
Summerfest is the best thing Milwaukee does. There's nothing like this in the rest of the country.
Absolutely.
You can't come to Summerfest just once.
It's been tons of fun. Happy birthday, Summerfest. Happy 50th. Absolutely.
Now, aren't those guys fun? I'm telling you, those guys are incredible. And now we've got another really big guest to bring out. For 2 decades, he's been the voice of the Green Bay Packers. So please help me welcome the one, the only, Wayne Larrabee.
All right. How you doing, guys? Wow, what a night down here, huh?
Yes.
Nice crowd, too.
It's awesome.
you see those guys with the shirts? I said I feel left out without a tie on. Hawaiian shirts and ties, pretty amazing. But that's the kind of memories you have at Summerfest,
You could
right?
see anything at Summerfest. It's phenomenal. It's great.
Well, we wanted to ask you, we know this isn't your first Summerfest.
No.
Do you have a favorite Summerfest memory?
I do. You know, my youngest son, Brian, and I, about 7, 8 years ago, we're stumbling along here in the main drag, just looking for some food, and all of a sudden we come upon a stage. I want to say the Miller Lite stage, and there's this group playing, and it's Deep Purple. Now, you have to understand, going back in time, when I was a high school senior, Deep Purple came online with Smoke on the Water. Well, they're cranking it out right there for 2 hours. Brian and I stood on a bleacher seat and watched this thing. I had no idea they were here. But that's the thing about Summerfest. If you don't check the roster, you'll find something here. It's wonderful.
And you both liked it, so that's pretty amazing,
you know,
right?
that was, yeah. He had no idea who Deep Purple was, but he liked it in the end. It was hard rock and roll.
Well, when they see along the years, I've had my kids too, Journey, REO Speedwagon, groups like that. They love their own stuff, but they actually enjoyed some of that music. They'd only see it at a place like Summerfest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, do you plan on seeing anybody this year in particular?
Well, it just so happens tomorrow night, Paul Simon. My wife wants to see Paul Simon, my
Sir
wife,
Paul.
Julie. And then we're coming back, going out west for 4th of July, but we're coming back for one of my favorite groups, Huey Lewis and the News.
Right, big
I
time.
love
Heart of
them.
rock and roll. You got to love them.
Well, and you're talking about, I say you could call me Al and Paul Simon, right? Yeah, have a little fun with all that stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's great stuff.
So how are the Green Bay Packers going to do this year?
Well, you know, Scott, they're a different team. It's a real different leadership dynamic in the locker room right now this year. But I love what they did in the draft. They had to get faster and bigger in the secondary, and they did, you know, with Kevin King, the cornerback out of Washington, with Josh Jones, the safety. I think he may be their most impactful rookie this year. He's a kid who has 4.4 speed. He's a safety. They'll move him to the second line at linebacker. I think they're going to blitz the quarterback with him a lot. And he's a very sudden kid. Looks like he likes to hit. And we haven't seen anybody hit anyone yet, but, you know, we'll see soon enough.
Well, there's a lot of Packers shirts out here, and this year it's kind of nice. We always see Packers out there. It's kind of nice to see Brewers shirts and even some Bucks shirts because people are excited about all our great sports teams in the state.
How about the Brewers? What a season
Wow.
they're having.
Yes.
I mean, this is supposed to be a rebuilding team, and they're leading the division. I think it's phenomenal what they're doing.
Pretty
Yes.
amazing.
Now, with the Packers, before you were the voice of the Packers, you were with the Bears. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about your past in the world of broadcasting.
Well, you know,
his sordid past.
Yes, sordid past. Well, you know, I started out in Kansas City. Second year out of college, I got the job broadcasting Kansas City Chiefs football, which was great. And I met my wife, Julie, there in Kansas City. She's from Topeka, and she was interning at the station. So we're two young kids in, you know, Kansas City. It was great. It was there for 7 years. Bad years, but for me, wonderful to broadcast. Then the Bears job opened up in 1985. WGN put together a new group. I was working all of a sudden with Jim Hart, the former quarterback, and Dick Butkus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're doing the 85 Bears, and I'm saying, wow, you know, the best record the Chiefs had of my time there was like 9-7, and they lost 6 of their last 8 to get there. So, you know, all of a sudden the 85 Bears, I'm like, oh my God. But it was great. It was fun. It was wonderful. But you know, and you could ask my wife this, my number one love had always been the Green Bay Packers. Ever since I was a kid growing up in Massachusetts, they were the 60s Packers. I always said, if I could do football on Sundays on the radio, I would love to do the Green Bay Packers. I'd always said that all along the way. And when this job opened up, when Jim Irwin decided to retire, he said, are you interested? I said, absolutely. And one thing led to another.
At Lambeau Field. I mean, it's like, for those who haven't been there, it's like Wrigley, it's like Fenway. You got to be at Lambeau Field. Whether you're a Packers fan or not, it's like going to a shrine.
It's got so many people make their pilgrimage to Lambeau Field every year. I've had tons of friends, college friends and high school friends, come to Lambeau Field, you know, for that one game, that bucket list, and knock it off. It's amazing.
And people get treated well there. I was surprised over the years, you know, not only for Packer games, but last year when the Badgers and LSU played, I still run into people from Louisiana who say, wow, people were amazing. They were just so nice to us, even though very competitive, obviously, for our Packers and our Badgers. The people treated them so well.
You know, the LSU people, I was doing the SEC tournament the spring before that game last year, and the LSU people came up to me and said, oh my gosh, we can't wait to go to Lambeau Field. And so they got in days early and had a great time at Green Bay. The other place where you're treated really well as a sports fan is at Miller Park.
Yes.
Those people, from the person that takes your ticket at the gate all the way through, they are great. They do a great job.
And still, year in and year out, you see in the rankings, one of the best, if not the best ballpark in Major League Baseball.
Absolutely.
Right here in Wisconsin.
And Lambeau
Absolutely.
Field is annually considered the best football venue in the NFL. We're really blessed in Wisconsin with the sports teams we have and the venues.
Absolutely. And a new one coming up with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
pretty
can't wait.
exciting.
Boy, that's amazing.
That's going to be
exciting, dude.
gorgeous. Now, non-sports question. Tell us about one of your favorite places to travel in Wisconsin.
Oh, gosh. There's so many. Obviously, Kohler. I love going to play golf up at Whistling Straits and you know, all the courses that Kohler has. And that's just such a special little place. But I really love Door County. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
And I really love Egg Harbor in Door County. And, you know, they've got golf courses up there. They've got the water. It reminds me so much of where I grew up and went vacation as a kid in Massachusetts on Cape Cod. It's that kind of feel.
You have excellent taste.
Peninsula State Park, Wilson's Ice Cream right there in Ephraim. Great spot to be.
Oh,
It's the
Wilson's
best.
Ice Cream, absolutely.
Well, you know what we haven't discussed yet? The great food and drinks here at Summerfest. So you guys, what are your favorites?
Oh, by far, Saz's. I love the open face, pulled pork sandwich, and the chive fries. Tonette and I met at Saz's. Pretty good stuff.
Okay.
I like charcoal grill. I like a nice double hamburger.
Oh,
You know?
I like it. I like it.
I'm hungry already.
Well, nothing goes better with good music and good food on a hot summer night than a cold beer. And Summerfest has got you covered. There's one beer name that just goes hand in hand with Summerfest, and that is Miller Brewing Company. Miller Brewing has called this city home for 160 years, and Miller Lite is the official beer of Summerfest. So next up, we've got a short video about Miller Brewing Company, and we're going to answer the question everyone is asking, exactly how much beer is served during this 11-day festival. Check it out.
Teresa, welcome to the historic Miller Brewing Company. We've been here for over 162 years. And we like to say, what would Miller be without Milwaukee, and what would Milwaukee be without Miller? Let's go check it out.
Coors being a 50-year sponsor of Summerfest, how much beer are you guys going to take down?
If you can picture an Olympic-sized swimming pool, we could fill that up pretty easily. Kugel's and Blue Moon, Reds and Henry's Hard Soda, and of course our flagship Miller Lite. Over 50 brands that we have down there.
Enjoy a beverage on the beautiful lakefront that we call Summerfest.
Milwaukee!
This year, you've done so many renovations at the Summerfest grounds.
We've really reimagined the space down at Miller Lite Oasis. Better viewing, better sight lines. The acts we have on the Miller Lite Oasis stage are great. So just an expanded, much more energetic space for everyone to enjoy the great food, the great music, the great beer, and great people watching that we all enjoy at Summerfest.
Absolutely. So Summerfest is really just very quick drive from the Miller Valley.
You know how far it is, about 4.5 miles away, Teresa. We're very easy to get to, and we have a free brewery tour. And then, of course, at the end of the tour, you're sitting here in our beer garden where you do get free beers for those that are 21 and over. What can't you enjoy about that? The original Summerfest in 1968 held some of its first events right here in the Miller Valley. It's so exciting to see how much it's grown up over the last 50 years.
Miller has been such a great supporter of both Summerfest and Milwaukee all these years.
That's what it's about, the world's greatest music festival. Come on out to the Miller Brewing Company, take our great tour. Cheers to everybody. See you down at Summerfest.
Well, cheers, and thank you to Miller Brewing for being such a great Summerfest sponsor for 50 years. Be sure to check out the new Miller Lite Oasis when you're at Summerfest, or, as you heard, visit the Miller Brewing Company to take a tour. I've taken it before, and it's a lot of fun. I'd love to see an Olympic-sized swimming pool full of beer. That'd be pretty exciting.
I would love that, too. I'd like to swim in it. So, well,
I'd drink it all. I think it'd be like Wayne and Doug McKenzie. I'd drink it all.
Well, while Eagle Trace is setting up, we're going to close out our Travel Wisconsin Summerfest 50 celebration. Governor, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Wayne, thank you so much. Facebook fans, thanks for tuning in. We have the best fans ever at Travel Wisconsin, and we can't wait to see you at Summerfest. There's 11 days of entertainment lasting until July 9th.
Don't forget to visit travelwisconsin.com if you're planning your trip to Summerfest, Milwaukee, or any other place you might be heading to in Wisconsin.
And as we say goodbye, we have a special treat for you, a live performance from Milwaukee's very own alternative rock band, Eagle Trace. And stick around as we preview this year's Big Bang Fireworks celebration. Let's welcome Eagle Trace! Woo!
We look far across the horizon, seeking up things to keep the time with. Rivals are spitting up something. We didn't turn around for nothing. Was it all in my mind? 'Cause nothing's easier than time, or watching it go. Everybody goes a little haywire every now and then, and nobody wants to look in case and see who they amount to be. Living accounts and say to repeat. I'm just a simple 9-to-5er, looking for ways to put my time in, different than all the others. Was it all in my mind? 'Cause nothing's easier than time, or watching it go. Everybody goes a little haywire every now and then, and nobody wants to look in case they see who they amount to be. Was it all in my mind? 'Cause nothing's easier than time, or watching it go. Alright. Everybody goes a little haywire every now and then, and nobody wants to look in case they see who they amount to be. Alright. Hey.
Hi, welcome to Summerfest, the world's largest music festival presented by American Family Insurance. We invite you to join us as we celebrate our 50th edition of Summerfest, featuring over 1,000 performances and 11 days of fun right here in Milwaukee on the shores of Lake Michigan. Visit summerfest.com for more information.